Alright, Gemini, I'm back with y'all monthly mother reading. I'm back with y'all reading for the month of what I'm trying to say. For the month of September though. I'm telling everybody about me rolling into September. Please don't get complacent. Please don't put highest expectations onto you that you know necessarily that it will take time to achieve by a rushing type state. Please be mindful though necessarily because a lot of us been lacking in being comfortable because we have been putting in the work that we fail to recognize that the number 9 is also about karma and balance. So if you've been around here putting out a lot, you necessarily slacking off and the universe seems like it's giving you a break. Remember that 2020 is setting the tone where you heard me say this is a divine pause. So beware of what it is that you doing. Who that message for or what it is, but just be mindful of certain things that you want. You want to change, that's cool. Be the change. Oh, it takes time. Set outlandish goals for you. Be realistic enough. Alright? First card out. It's a time to give rather than take. That is a new moon in Virgo. Ooh, come on now. It's a time for healing. Alright, I like that though. Ooh, that message was right on there. Can I get an 8? Yeah. What you talking about? Alright, okay. The energy is gaining momentum. Step out of your comfort zone. That's North Node. I think on the video I can see your North Node with your karma. No, it's actually your South Node. Sorry about that, you guys. Sorry about that. It's too many coming out at once. I just need 2 more. Alright. A win-win outcome is on the forecast. It's new moon in Libra. Alright, I just need 1 more. Ooh. Okay. What was the card? The last 2 cards. We're gonna do this balance between spirituality and practicality. That came up in previous reading. You are very close to achieve your goal. So these 2 came out, so I guess because it's gonna mean something. So I already did I shuffle these just? I ain't shuffle. We're gonna use the Hoodoo Tarot to find out, put a couple cards on each, see what's going on, and then we're gonna clarify with the Rider Waite, see what's necessarily going on. What card this is if it Daughter of Coins. He's independent. That's why I love her. Move away. Damn, my battery going over here. Jesus Christ. Alright. My battery going over here. It's gonna be my last show. It's hard as hell. It's a new deck though. I like thick card decks. I really do. On the bottom of the deck, we got 4 misses before I get ready to cut it. That's 4 cups. But I like it though, because that means not sitting in pity though. I told you I explained this deck to y'all before. Woo! On the bottom of the deck, we got Daughter of Knives. So for y'all, that would be the page. Is that the Page of Swords? I think that's the Page of Swords. I think so. No. Yeah, that's the Page of Swords. My bad. No, that's the no, that's the Knight of fucking Swords. What you talking about, bro? There. All right. Let's see. Trying to show y'all some out. Here we go. Ooh. All right. Okay, all right. The Legion's just coming out. I guess y'all got a lot to say. I got a lot to say this month. Okay, all right. I feel like I need 1 more for the first card, though. I really do. Okay. Okay. All right. On the bottom of the deck, you got the John Freeman. For those of y'all that don't know, I will post a screenshot on my website But I think can I put it on here? I'm gonna take a screenshot, send it to you, and I'm gonna put it on my. Can I post on my page? Or you gotta have like a lot of followers? Can somebody let me know that? Anyway, we 5 minutes in. I'm bullshit. But on my board, I put a repetition. I put reputation versus repetition. On the bottom, I said for me, rolling into next month, rolling into Virgo season is the Fool card. And the Fool card I put up there, every action has a reaction. So that's like the risk that you take starting that leads up to the number 10 to be in a space of completion. For some of y'all, it's learning what is valuable and what is not valuable for its friends, relationship connections, the words you speak, how you connect with certain others. That's why I went on the bottom of the deck, because the daughter of knives, like, she can be very unpleasant. Let me just say this, especially when it comes to a communication style, or just very hyperly negative. So for me, it's learning, like, necessarily when I say reputation wise, like the things that you do with people who you connect with, or what you're known for ideally, or just what you commonly know in your mind repetitively, could be what you tell yourself, what you tell others, the things you do, what you consume, all the way down to the food, the devices, to the people, to the sex, whatever objects, ideally though. So that's why I said, yeah, because I don't know why I'm going to the bottom of the deck. Y'all said we go to the bottom of the deck. No, no, I go there last. You got 10 of baskets, you got 10 of cups, 10 of swords, and the 9 of knives, all reversed. In regular transition tarot, I told you all these upright would mean the same thing. That means negative. I don't like this though, because ten of cups does speaks of, though, ideally, of not having like the support that you ideally need from family. It's kind of like taking advantage of certain people, or just not being happy necessarily with them. It could be the lack of emotional support, or not knowing how to say no towards family members. For 10 of knives, you hear me saying it's family type environment, or friends, or just happiness, though, or how you learn with happiness. 10 of swords is kind of like the backstab, like the ultimate betrayal, to where people that do things to get over on others. And the 9 of knives is not being protected, because this is a vulnerability for some of y'all. The support that you ideally think you have with people. Oh, this came up in Scorpio reading. Do one of y'all got Scorpio in your chart? Okay, but you got 2 of wands and a John Friedman though. For some of y'all, I think it's moving away, because I like how he's going down to the river and making the decision to go with the flow, go with the coast. Like, necessarily though, for me, seeing him though standing on the 2 sticks, I thought he was a weak man at first. I really did when I was researching. I really thought he was a weak man, but I like the John Freeman because it speaks of shoulda, coulda, woulda, the ideally, like, making the risk to leave. Because the John Freeman in his deck speaks of where he said he sat back and he watched people always say, I should have did this, I could have did this, I could have did this, and it's like, when you gonna do it? When you gonna make the start? Because I told y'all, for some of y'all starting over at ground zero, it's kind of like, well, it's nothing. It's nothing. Zero can mean a lot. When you like, say for you was broke and you got a transfer for 20,000, that's a lot, ain't it? But to you, you was broke, or necessarily before you started the dream or the idea necessarily, you didn't think it was gonna be valuable to nothing. Because I wouldn't either if I had this for support. So let's get into the reading though. All right, all right, all right. 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 It's a time to give rather than take. New moon going into Virgo. So let's see. Virgo sees you got 6 of knives, 7 of coins, daughter knives. Ooh, grandchildren, the star Aquarius, and the mother of baskets. Woo! My head started hurting on this note. It really did. For some of y'all, when I say it's a time to give rather than take, the 6 of swords though, and the 7 of pentacles, and this daughter of knives. That's why I said the conversation wise, the things that you brew. Some of y'all just, I want to say, when it comes to giving, or necessarily like giving, it could be communication style ideally connects with a lot of y'all, or a lot of times in the collective, though I will say this, like the getting back, because COVID, like COVID energy, where we was in a house and we had to isolate, and people want to leave, you come in, now you gotta do is do some mass hand sanitizer. People seeing that, okay, oh, okay, well, I don't think you got it. You know what I'm saying? That energy there, a lot of y'all returning back to old situations that showed you who they were and keep bearing the same fruit. So some of y'all, when they say it's a time to give rather than take, it could be though that necessarily those because here's the thing though, if you're in a Ten of Cups energy, you constantly calling a friend, you constantly talk about negativity, this, those are the people who you should be trying to move in the room with, not people who constantly bringing you problems. So that's where you need to give your said energy set to. You got the Aquarius energy and the Mother of Cups. This is the grandchildren. I'll tell you, the grandchildren speaks of like in this deck where they were talking about in the afterlife or before the kids were necessarily born or coming to the womb. I see some shit. Um, before the kids necessarily were born, the ancestors used to speak over them, and I like this because mother of baskets, the Mother of Cups, and the Mother of Knives. It speaks of like it could be given to your damn self though. I will say that though, but how the grandchildren, how the ancestors used to speak over the babies and want them to come in and live like a fruitful life. Like, you know, when you get pregnant, or I don't know if y'all do this though, but my grandma, she used to like, when they say don't let everybody touch your baby because you don't want everybody to mark your baby while you're pregnant. Sometimes the ancestors or grandmamas would necessarily pray over their baby even if they couldn't reach you. So ideally, though, that's why I said for some of y'all, this could be given back to you or the support necessary that comes in and covets you when you keep making the same old mistakes. For some of y'all, it's conversations, hyperly negative. Y'all keep saying y'all want to move forward, but it's no way how. Because daughter of Knives, she's very negative. I keep fucking negative. All right. A time for healing. You got Father Sims, Ten of Sticks, and the Four of Sticks. I like this though. I like this though. I like this though, because it could be kindling of some sort though. Because I like Father Sims, Ten of Wands, and the Four of Sticks. So this speaks of partnerships, companionships, making having honesty and a true connections, ideally with people. Father Sims, you hear me say that it's kind of like the healer of the zodiac, ideally though, and asking for a sense of support. For some of y'all, ideally, this is where it comes in though, because Ten of Wands does speaks of asking for support even though you're tired, that's an assistance that's coming in. That's why I said when I say it's a time to give rather than take. For some of y'all, if it's overly givers or you say you're tired, give back to your damn self. For some of y'all, ideally, that's calling their friend every time you're going through something said or constant putting burdens off on your girlfriend. This person said so. Get it them. Some of y'all, that's why I say it's a time to heal this connection, though, necessarily, though. So I like this, though. Though I said that's asking for assistance and assistance is coming through. Gemini. Clap, clap. Come on, I like that. I like that. Here we go. Energy is gaining momentum. Mm, 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 Oh, shit. You got ancestors reverse, the Mother of Knives reverse, and the Son of Knives. Jesus Christ, we just moved to negativity to a new type state. You got the ancestors though. That's like intuition. That's the Scorpionic type card. It's staying stuck necessarily in the mind frame of what is it that you need to see, questions that you should say at yourself. The Mother of Nine, so it's kind of like a negative perspective, ideally, or being psychically blocked, intuitively blocked. And the Son of Knives though, and the connections though. For some of y'all though, this could be a relationship though. Ooh. Some of y'all, you hear me say the energy gaining momentum when it comes to family, like conflict or drama. Some of y'all, ugh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so tired of this baby mama, baby daddy drama. I'm so tired. I am. It's annoying because it's like, it's not annoying though. Because it's not annoying to me. It's annoying to me because I see it. I see the problem, right? Others don't see it. It's kind of like you can't force somebody to see it though. For some of y'all, it's necessarily though these argumentative type states going back and forth and wanting the assistance of the third party of y'all feeling burdened and tired and then getting it and doing the complete opposite. Miss Independent. That's why I love her. Step out of your comfort zone. Why the hell am I singing it? That's probably what you need to do. You got Railroad Bill, the Cancer card, the Garden, Ace of Sticks, and the Four of Baskets. I like this though because I told you the North Node. That's kind of like the that's not karmic type traits. That's like moving into said newness, trying the unknown. The John Friedman said risk. The Cancer card necessary. There could be the slowness of slowing down. Like Railroad Bill was a grifter. I told you I don't like the grifter type energy though, but some of y'all need to utilize this. The garden does necessarily speaks of minding your own business. How do you give to yourself? How do you give to others? What is flourishing for you? Going back to the reputation versus repetition. If you're trying to pit out for certain resources and people necessarily like, well, I don't want to hang with them because they drama, they messy, I don't want to do this, da 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 da. They always telling people business or that type of spirit, or they gonna act this way towards me. Be very mindful of stepping out of your comfort zone. Cause some of y'all, when it's the said help that y'all need, this is what slows y'all down. This what slows y'all down because you got Ace of Wands, this creativity, this understanding, this one with the universe, a stride, a step, an assistance, and a hand. This is y'all. Like for some of y'all, forcibly being stuck, forced out of your comfort zone. So I like this though. This is how y'all view it though. But in the Dixie does speaks of her doing it, like taking a chance. Okay, well, all right, I'm finna go ahead and do it. For some of y'all, it's kind of like when y'all get that big karmic push or divine type push to be able to move forward. Y'all kind of like, ugh, I don't wanna. Like that's what y'all do. Like, ugh. Even if it's fixing or understanding or communication, you got a win-win outcome on the forecast. You got Seven of Cups, Sun, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Wands reverse, and the Daughter of Coins. Jesus Christ. All right. Anywho, the real outcome that's on the forecast, though, necessarily, though, it's like being emotionally clear. Some of y'all could be a little bit clouded in the mind or an elusive type state. Like you hear me say, I said this in the Libra reading if you want to check it out. I said it's learning what is fair, and I've been saying this. They need to learn how to utilize their voice to speak, even if, like, if it's in, like, using your words and feeling your emotions. I think I told y'all this like a month ago. I said for air signs, just shut up and feel. Everything is not always about you getting a response. If you feel unhappy, figure out why you're unhappy instead of complaining about it and being in this messy type of behavior and then going back towards the situation that caused you this day. So that's why I said for air signs, I've been telling y'all, just shut up and feel, because the Page of Pentacles does speak of lessons, ideally. It speaks of lessons, connections, blessings. Sometimes it's obstacles, it's financial support, all those different types of things. But you do got the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Some of y'all not seeing clearly when it comes to a relationship, though, or a connection that you have with somebody else. I think for both of y'all, though, it's money. If that's issues, though, independence, because you got the daughter and the son, though, so it's money, though. Ideally, that's a blockage. That's why I said that baby mama, baby daddy drama, though. For both of y'all, y'all may not recognize that y'all acting like kids, even if y'all over the age of 25. Y'all acting like kids, dead ass. But for both of y'all, though, I will say the blockages that's slowing y'all down, it's money. It's money. All right. Money, 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 money. Money. Is it a debt? Never mind, my check. This ain't your business. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. You got Son of Sticks, the Strength card. You got Page of Wands reverse, the Strength. You got Gullah Jack and the Son of Baskets. Ooh, don't let your pride get in the way, because sometimes your mouth can write a check that your ass can't cash. Because the Son of Pentacles can be very hard headed. You hear me say a very high key, problematic. It's kind of like in the behavior of a person that necessarily doesn't care about their actions, all over the place too loosely with conversations or ideally of actions of certain things. Because the Gullah Jack reverse speaks of the behavior of getting into situations and like, is it needed? Like, did I really need to do this? If I do this, can I deal with the consequences of my own actions? And here you go with the Page of Cups too. So it's like being very honest about situations that get you in situations, like being very honest about things in your emotional intelligence, basically. Learning your own emotional intelligence though, because some of y'all with the 10 of cups, y'all might got friends necessarily that send y'all out like, bitch, let's go ahead and do this necessarily, and low key you don't feel good about it. For some of y'all, push you in situations to where it just keeps a narrative to where people, where you're just not easily to connect. So that's where it's kind of like this vicious type lifestyle though. It really does. It'll give me like a vicious idea of lifestyle, because we'll see what else comes out though. Because I told y'all with this here. First card is the time to give rather than take. I didn't like that one. And I don't like the energy is gaining momentum, because it's kind of like about money, contractual style, like committing. Family aspects, the things that separate is the money. The baby mama and the baby daddy. Money. You get what I'm saying? Or just the dynamic of family. It's money. For some of y'all, it's the friends that you have that you think are your friends are not your friends. And that's why a lot of y'all going through sad changes with them. Like, I don't like that though. I don't like that though. Miss Independent. That's why I love her. I think some of y'all need to listen to this song. It may strike up some for y'all. You know how, like, is it y'all or y'all listen to music and it kind of like sway over you? Wherever it brings back certain memories or heighten a sense of awareness of your senses. Or whatever the case may be. That's why I said some of y'all might need to listen to this because it might strike up a chord with you learning how to be independent. And I ain't talking about force financially. I'm talking about emotionally or thinking wise. All right, let's see what comes out though. I don't think y'all reading gonna be long because it's kind of straight to the point. So I don't think y'all reading gonna be that long. Miss Independent. That's why I love her. Ooh. Okay. Miss Independent. I just thought about something. That's why I love her. Mm. The independent chick getting way. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. 8 of Cups in the Judgment though. For some of y'all though, ideally though, some of y'all don't know how to walk away from said conversations or necessarily when it comes to gossip. Some of y'all stay in situations with people necessarily while they resurrect probably an old part of you, or you resurrect parts of old people and get mad when they don't accept this though. So some of y'all, when it comes to healing or connecting though, this is why y'all stay stagnant in environments with certain people that you need to let go. You got the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Yes. That's why y'all keep returning back to those people. Y'all don't know how to let go. And another motherfucking thing. Like, that's what I feel like somebody keeps saying. That's why Miss Independent keeps getting on my nerves, though. I mean, that's why the song is getting on my nerves. Miss Independent. So y'all gotta learn how to be independent. Because in a world where money has become so easy to get, being emotionally independent is not a lot that a lot of people know how to do. Being able to self-suffice. Dealing with the earthly realm, because the knight can be a formidable opponent, but he's not a king. But the lessons and the obstacles that he grow and know, he can be able to survive through life. And a lot of y'all, when you hear me say not taking this emotional accountability or being able to emotionally move on, that's what keeps y'all stuck and stagnant. So y'all stay in drama, stay in mess, stay in gossip, stay in situations, environments that necessarily that don't grow at all, but you'd rather stay there and have connections with certain people. So don't know. Because you got the Four of Swords, so some of y'all ain't stressing about it, ain't gonna ask for help because you got the world though. Fixed signs, fixed signs. I've been telling every fixed sign though, ideally I said from Taurus, Leo, Scorp, and Aquarius in the season though. Don't get too fixated on the said change that you ideally need. Y'all got the world, 8 of Swords, and the Queen of Wands reversed. Damn, I'm trying to say that. Piggybacking, you hear me say it off the world though. Ideally though, some of y'all have to learn how to see things from a higher perspective. Some of y'all need to get out the environment to elevate. For some of y'all with the 7 of Cups, it does speaks of being sober thoughts, drugs, mental illusions, ideally of oh, mental illusions, ideally of. What am I trying to put my cards big right? Damn, I really hate this camera not being right here because I just want y'all to see it. It's pissing me off. But y'all needing to get a higher ground of a knowing though, like a different perspective of this. The Ace of Swords, freeing yourself from a mother or a parent or old toxicity style type ways. I tell you that Knight of Pentacles come brings lessons and styles, how you could be able to maneuver in life. What could be sad friends, but some of y'all independently don't think you can survive on your own. Or it could be a person in your life, the idea that you could be telling them this. Because you got seven. Damn. You got 7 of Wands though, reverse. I told y'all that's boundaries, that's clarity, that's people who harass you, people who feel very entitled, don't know how to leave a conversation alone, so they gonna resurrect it back up. So ideally though, it's kind of like say when you went to the family cookout and you were once like, oh, you remember when so and so was a little boy, so they kind of bring up topics that's fucking unnecessary. And it's kind of like, why would you say that though? For some of y'all though, that's like a part of y'all. You got King of Pentacles though. Part of y'all. Page of Wands. Ooh, wait a minute. Alright, okay. For some of y'all though, when it comes to a parent or a person, ideally, I don't know if it's a friend or a person though. What are y'all dealing with somebody that's very dishonest and very problematic? I will say this though. Like the way somebody likes to have fun, ideally, if you have friends or necessarily the way they get down, I think y'all then absorb them kind of like this ain't even my thing. That 10 of Wands is kind of like wanting to free yourself, but at the same time, you don't know how to consciously let go. So you could be the friend that constantly brings up something that needs to let go because it's kind of like you're saying it in a space, but it's kind of like coming off in a shit starty type way. So it's kind of like, so what are we going to do about this? And everybody at the table. And you don't know how to read the room. So it's coming off like you're the messy person, but some of y'all might not be the messy person. But it's a problem for one of y'all because y'all kind of like, I don't want to do this though. Because the Page of Wands is problematic. The Page of Cups is dishonesty. King of Pentacles here is like being so self rooted into a position. So some of y'all could be kind of like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I don't want to. But okay. Like, that's what it kind of feels like. Okay. Ooh. I do it. But for some of y'all, though, y'all are the missing ones. I will say that, though. Y'all are the missing ones. For some of y'all are the missing ones. But you got 8 of Wands, though. Moving forward, though. Go back and heal and fix them or try to reach out and make an olive branch for the person, though, ideally, though. Because some, the Knight of Wands, though. No. It's the intentions of a person that's pretending to come in and give that olive branch or a new start. And this could be you, though, operating in your sister side. Which also sign? Sagittarius. Yeah, this could be y'all, though, necessarily fluctuating back and forth, being egotistical where it says the pride. Because you got 4 of Cups, though, being in a state of regret. One of y'all necessarily didn't want to do something, though. And you end up doing it anyway. You keep bringing it up because, like, that's because regardless if you didn't want to do it, you did it anyway. You had the chance to opt out. But for some of y'all, though, if it's like some sad situation to where, like, if it was a person that was going through it with this 10 of Wands and this Ace of Wands, I'm looking at it a different way. It's kind of like somebody added to it. Oh, yeah, here you go. Like, you know how people do, like, you know how they say don't kick a man when they down? This some of y'all. This some of y'all ass. Y'all do this. And I said this though like a while back though. I said be very mindful though, because I said the same spirit of energy that you gave to somebody else look like it's gonna meet y'all, let y'all know. I said that back in June. Pinnacles. I said that though. I said that I was like Gemini. I was like this reading feel too good. I said you better learn how to stay there. I said because it felt like somebody was plotting. I said either you was plotting to get somebody back or somebody was plotting to get your ass back. I said that though. Was it May? I think it was May. I told y'all hard headed asses. I digress though. You got 6 of Cups in the Empress. Woo! It's all in the past. Get in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm about to wrap y'all up. Because don't get me wrong, though, I like telling truthful type readings, but some stuff some people don't even be aware about or enough to where that truth will just stay. I already operating in, like you hear me say, I said, lower vibrational type space or connection with people or struggling with the human connection to keep traveling back. The Six of Cups here with the Empress is kind of like when I talk about those broken, fragmented pieces of the soul, where the connection, ideally, where people don't know what feeds them or gravitate towards said people. I said this about the baby mama, baby daddy dynamic, to where a lot of baby mamas take advantage of masculines taking care of them when they get into monies or working to the bone because they knew that they wanted their mothers to be treated this way. So a lot of times, necessarily though, if the King of Pentacles over time then became this nigga, with the Seven of Wands though, you got money, you got the bag or whatever the case may be. This on the masculine aspect. If you a baby mama, you watch this though. And he got the money. He like, okay, well I got money. He comes at those girls cross his boundaries. Oh yeah, this cool, this cool, this cool. Cause he feel like he that nigga. Right? And then when the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups comes out, it's kinda like, I don't wanna do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway, knowing that shit that he do gets him into situations. That's what it kind of feels like. So that's why I said I don't want to rope stomp somebody's feelings out. Because you got the moon and the nine of swords. Proof and stress, guilt and shame. Nine of wands. King of swords, two of swords. Yeah, some of y'all just need to. The garden came out. Remember this. Mind your business. If you ain't planting a damn seed, don't go check on any damn thing that ain't growing. If you ain't got shit business or investing time, don't get your ass in somebody else's bullshit. You may be telling this to somebody else, or somebody else may be telling this to y'all, but I think a whirlwind of y'all, some of y'all might be just collateral damage. Because some of y'all go around like the blind leading the blind and just be hanging with folks and get into situations. This is where like that Gemini energy, being nosy sometimes can work against you. What we used to do when we was younger, you say January, February, March, April, May, June. Oh shit. Yeah, being nosy sometimes can put you in situations where you talk to it. Mhm. Oh, you can do May too, nosy and talk too much, because Gemini's does start at May. But yeah, a lot of people fail to recognize that though when they don't know how to contain the Gemini energy, where you can be very collateral damage to situations. Bam, the Lover's card, I like it though, because that speaks of accountability, understanding, and inner knowing. Because I tell you, that's the light, the dark, and the higher self. Light, the dark, and higher self. I like that though, because a lot of y'all don't even know how to fluctuate between your own Gemini energy, because shit could go bad for you and then you just ride here angry, and then when it's up you want to share it with everybody else, and then when you tap into your intuition and you're able to see people for what they are, you kind of like, I don't know. So a lot of y'all know how to submerge all this together. So that's why I say it's like a lot of y'all are collateral damage, or people end up collateral damage in your life, because it's knowing when to speak. I'm telling you, knowing when to speak. I'm telling y'all, my niece talks so fucking much. I'm telling you, she do like my little cousins do when he was younger though. That is, I know that with Gemini's though, and because of the ideally of wanting to make friends, she needed to say certain things. She wouldn't say certain things because trying to fit in with certain people. I used to have cousins who do that. When I see them with Gemini type people, they don't know how to hone in on that. When they need to say something, they don't say something. It's always like never knowing how to read the room. Overall, the cards that fell out when it came to the lovers, though, you got Eight of Wands reversed, you got the Emperor, and you got the King of Cups. That's why I said yes. Woo! You got Hierophant, Temperance, Capricorn energy. For some of y'all, though, on the IE of the lovers, necessarily, though, it seems like somebody necessarily, um, somebody a little bit sadistic and don't even do it. One of y'all ideally in a relationship or a connection with somebody else, you could be splat in an argument that has to deal with said love or connecting, and it's kind of like you losing patience. Like the Gemini energy, where you hear me say wanting to get out and make fun and have friends and be responsible, kick it, be the cool person. If you was in a relationship and your partner or somebody you know got friends with them, you could be very airy and apathetic about it to where you won't care because you kind of like, that's just my friend. That's my girlfriend. That's my husband. That's my wife. You get what I'm saying? And it's like you don't see how messy that shit is. Because the Two of Swords speaks of divided energy. So this is where a lot of people give Geminis like a bad rep and say, well, they messy, they mean, they this, they this, they this. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all don't know how to pick a side because you feel like if you pick a side, you gotta, when you start picking sides and honoring what you do and do not like, that's the quickest way to step you into your ascension. Because when you recognize, like, no, I'm riding with this motherfucker, whether it's light or dark, and you say I'm gonna stand for something, you honoring the light. When you want to go do sick, sadistic shit necessarily, you know that's a part of the dark. But when you want to straddle both fences, you never grow into this. Whatever this is this a demigod? I don't even know. I told y'all before. I don't even know. I said sometimes you don't know if it's a man, a woman. Ideally, you don't know what it is. It's just a being. So that's why I said you don't know. I said to the reading the web, like I said, you don't know if it's a man, a woman, whatever it is. I said you just know it's a being of higher. Right. So other than that though, Gemini's, we finna clarify this about because I told you y'all reading wasn't gonna be like that because y'all reading just getting a little too personal for me to where I don't think some of y'all necessarily mentally there though when you recognizing why you make the friends you make, the relationship status, connections, ideally, people, the wanting to getting to know because if y'all recognize Venus and Gemini, like just go back to when did Venus get out of Gemini? Just think about from the beginning of COVID, which was March, I think all the way to May. So watch how you like think about how you were dating, the people who you wanted to date, who you was attracted to, ideally or whatever you already be in that sign. So you probably if you like a lustrous type person or not knowing how to hone in on your carnal type needs, you probably was out here trying to flirt, fuck, do all these different types of shit. Also problems in a relationship, wanting to have fun. Like little kids, little kids do that. Hi, you get what I'm saying? I know how to hone in on it. So yeah, we're gonna get us some clarified though, because I said I didn't want to go too hard. Okay, first card out. Remember, it's time to give rather than take. Like I said, if one of y'all, damn, where the fuck this come from? 9 of 9. Shit, I knew that was the. It's a time to give rather than take. For some of y'all though, like I said, I knew I was like, where the fuck that 9 of 9? So it was stuck on the bench. 9 of 9 don't necessarily does speaks of. It speaks of, like you hear me say, depression, anxiety, fears. It speaks of hexes, curses, getting caught up in situations, people wanting to see people fail, illegal type situations. Some of y'all, though, it's a time to give rather than take. Some of y'all keep burdening people with your issues and recognize the need to go back and help them out, ideally, though. That's why I say some of y'all doing this, though, and keep bearing the same relationships with connections and people. Some of y'all, this is you where you feel tired in the mommy type aspect, though, or like on the verge of a manic episode. Ideally, it's just saying, hey, let me go back. Let me check some shit out. Let's see what's going on with me. But some of y'all know, like I said, if it's that friend you keep calling on, ideally, or whatever the case may be, it's time to take a break and ask them ideally what they need. Because some of y'all draining the shit out of somebody, purposely and unpurposely, though. All right. Time for healing. Second card out, though. You got Father Sims, 10 of 6, 4 of 6. So I said some of y'all got to heal teamwork, partnerships, commitments. Even when it comes to asking for assistance, it's taking that, though. Like I said, some of y'all asking too much for assistance. And that's why it's the time to give rather than take. Some of y'all are taking away from certain people, though. And that's probably where, like, it's causing arguments or lack of patience because some of y'all may be doing this a lot. You may be allowing somebody to do this to you. The energy is gaining momentum where you hear me say you had the ancestors, the mother of knives, and the sun. Some of y'all are psychically blocked, necessarily intuitively blocked, or just hyperly negative, malicious, like that type of energy. Though this could be the mother daughter. This could be the mother daughter dynamic, mother daughter, baby mama, all the different type of shit, family problems. It could be that though. Ideally though, inner self. Because I do like this though, because you got the mother and the son though. I like this though. It's hyperly negative though. Needing to see Step out of your comfort zone. You got Railroad Bill, the Garden, Aces, Wands, and the Four Baskets. Some of y'all that new don't feel too good though. That new don't feel too good. I will say that though, because I saw you stepping out of your comfort zone. This is what it feels like though. Just I want to do it. Whether it's apologies, whether it's moving forward, whether it's trying new places, whether somebody's saying, "Hey, sit down, let's do this," and you're forcibly being told, be mindful of why somebody has to forcibly do that and treat you like a child. So I will say that. Fifth card, a win-win is on the four. A win-win is on the forecast. Full moon in Leo. You got 7 of baskets, reverse, son of coins, 8 of sticks, and the dart of coins. I said for some of y'all though, it's ideally where you can fix a relationship though, or pairing with something. For some of y'all trying to utilize money, or money is the blockage between the both of y'all though. It's ideally like the independence of wanting to be on your own. This connection ideally with family. Money is the problem. Money is the root of the problem. All right. You got don't let pride get in your way. I said that though, because you got Page of Wands, Strength, Gullah Jack, Son of Baskets. Think, because you can do something just as quickly and get into it, but it's hard as hell to get out of a situation. Because I told you about the story of Gullah Jack, where he threatened those people, where he said, "I'm gonna work all y'all ass if y'all don't be here in the morning." Only though he was trying to scare them into a position to get them to do something that they needed to do, and they went back because a lot of people didn't recognize they were slaves, and they end up lynching him. So be mindful though that your actions necessarily don't work against you. Be mindful that the people around you necessarily don't put you in positions where you end up like this. And then you're like, well, I know. Have you ever? I know. Like them the kids where you get into situations to where you feel like, ain't nobody gonna tell me this. I ain't gonna do this. And then you end up losing a said relationship or connections though. Or wanting somebody to feel sorry for y'all for the things that you do. So ideally though. That's it. That's it. So I'm gonna read y'all these 2 cards, and we're gonna wrap this up though. Cause I said, "Ooh, sorry if it felt long, but it was straight. Sorry if it felt straight to the point though. Ideally though. Oh yeah, I went from the damn dead horse. That ain't my style. That ain't my style. Oh, okay. Gibeon's moon. Let's see. The Gibeon's moon. Let's see what this is about. Number 30. Wait a minute. Yes, 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 yes. The word Gibby is meaning bulging, and what a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at the right time of the month suggests that the situation you're asked about is bulging with possibility and is coming to its peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or a no answer. Rather than being reminded that some adjustments may be required before you get what you want, though, are you certainly you're on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit too tense and don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know that there's a fuse attached to the situation. So be careful if you choose to light it. I know that I'm on the right track is the motto. Now is a good time to review your plans. Keep the momentum going as you move forward towards your dreams. Stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project. You need to get back into good, healthy habits. Gibeon's moon comes at a time at the very end of the month, just before the full moon. She looks like she is bulging because she's almost a full moon. She's nearly full rounded in the culmination of a waxing cycle. As such, tends to be rather an intense period of the month. No matter when you pull this card, it's just a very right time and a very right situation. Last card out, full moon in Pisces, because y'all had 2 cards. And yeah. Miss Independent. Have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this as a sign that you need to pay attention um and make a concerted effort to move forward towards your goal. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It's time to find an answer between inner balance and your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your questions, and the solutions to your answers may now come to you very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting like a martyr, this card would be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. Meditate every day and see what comes to you. You're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition, it won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate. Avoid substance abuse. And I say that Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so the full moon and the Pisces symbolically marks endings. When the moon is full in Pisces, or whenever you pull this card, it's time to dive deep into your emotions. Practicality is at odds with the numinous Piscean energies that have no borders, so feel your way. Psychic ability is heightened when the full moon is in Pisces, and soulmates now connect. It's also a time to send out your dreams to the universe, releasing your fears. That's it. Ooh, girl, girl. I said that though. Um, at the ending though, when it says if you're in a tricky situation, it's because you've been acting like a martyr. I said a long time ago. Let me get my phone. I said a long time ago, though, ideally though, people don't recognize that being a martyr is the same thing as being it's sympathy. Sympathy. Martyr is a sympathy. It's not empathy though. That's what people fail to recognize when I tell people, when you give to people, you give from a place of empathy. When you give to people from sympathy, you expect some sort of return, a clause, a contingency with something. So people got to recognize when you're trying to be the martyr necessarily though, or when you stepping into that position, that's from a place of sympathy or knowing or want. Because sympathy is to what you feel, what you want to receive, or what you perceive from something else. So be very mindful though. When you get your ass in situations, like I said, learn to speak up. So other than that though, I think we're gonna clock this out at 40. So alright, y'all, I gotta think of a title.